Good morning, and it is chapter 7 of Samuel, First Samuel, and now they've got the ark, but they've got they've kind of not followed what the Lord wanted them to. The men of Jeram came and fetched up the ark of the Lord and brought it into the house of Eminadab in the hill, and sanctified Eleazar his son to keep the ark of the Lord. And it came to pass, the ark abode in Kirjath Jearim at the time that the time was long, for it was 20 years, and all the house of Israel lamented after the Lord. So I'm not sure why it was 20 years, but it wasn't put back in the tabernacle. It sounds like it was kept at this other place. And Samuel spoke unto all the house of Israel, saying, If ye do return unto the Lord with all your hearts, then put away the strange gods and Ashtaroth. And we've heard of Ashtaroth. I think it's a fertility goddess, I believe, from among you, and prepare your hearts unto the Lord, and serve him only, and he will deliver you out of the hand of the Philistines. Then the children of Israel did put away Balaam and Ashtaroth, and served the Lord only. I don't understand why they even had these other gods around, but they did. And Samuel said, Gather all Israel to Mizpah, and I will pray for you unto the Lord. Now, Mizpah is like a stronghold or a watchtower, is what it says. And so, really, Mizpah, there's a lot of different Mizpahs in the biblical land, because they're different towers, different places. But he's asked him to go to this one that they have, and they gathered together to Mizpah, and drew water and poured it out before the Lord, and fasted on that day, and said there, We have sinned against the Lord. And Samuel judged the children of Israel in Mizpah. And when the Philistines heard the children of Israel were gathered together to Mizpah, the lords of the Philistines went up against Israel. And when the children of Israel heard it, they were afraid of the Philistines. Now, I find this really interesting, because the Philistines don't learn. It might have been some time since they had the Ark of the Covenant, but it's also, they saw the power of God, and they'd learned the stories about Egypt, and then they experienced it themselves, and they still don't realize that God is most powerful, that he can do his work, and still they come against the Israelites. And we just go off. Why did Samuel call the stone Ebanezer? After the Israelites defeated the Philistines, Samuel set up, that kind of gives a clue what we're going to read next, a stone he called Ebenezer, as a monument to remember the Lord. The Hebrew meaning of Ebenezer is the stone of help. And we do have a song that we sing that uses that word, Ebenezer. And when the children of Israel heard it, they were afraid of the Philistines. And the children of Israel said to Samuel, "Cease not to cry unto the Lord for us, for he will save us out of the Philistines." Now, I think it's important to point out here, they turn to the Lord. They're not saying, let's bring out the Ark of the Covenant again. Let's make an idol. Let's do this. Or let's just go against them. They're saying, let's turn to the Lord first. Let's turn to his prophet. Let's see what the prophet says to do. And have the prophet cry unto the Lord for us. And that's what happens. And Samuel took a sucking lamb and offered it a burnt offering, holy unto the Lord. And Samuel cried unto the Lord for Israel, and the Lord heard him. And what authority did Samuel have? Although the Lord mostly withheld the Melchizedek priesthood from the Israelites when he instituted the law of Moses, it was not entirely removed from the earth. The prophet Joseph Smith taught that all the prophets had the Melchizedek priesthood. This would presumably include Samuel, who was recognized by all Israel as a prophet of the Lord. Because Samuel held the Melchizedek priesthood, he was authorized to offer sacrifices and perform other duties that were typically reserved for Levite priests. So that's where we were. And also I think that explains it just as good as anything. That's why he makes his burnt offering. And Samuel cried unto the Lord for Israel, and the Lord heard him. And that says in the footnote, if you just look there really quick, it says answered him. Rather than just heard him, he answered him. As Samuel was offering up the burnt offering, the Philistines drew near to battle against Israel. But the Lord thundered with great thunder on that day and upon the Philistines, and discomfited them. I love the word discomfited, even though it just means it caused them confusion. And they were smitten before Israel. And the men of Israel went out of Mizpah and pursued the Philistines and smote them until they came under Beth-kar. And Samuel took a stone and set it between Mizpah and Shan, and called the name of it Ebanezer. Again, like we said, what it says there is the stone of help, and referring to the Lord, saying, "Hitherto hath the Lord helped us." So the Philistines were subdued, and they came no more into the coasts of Israel. And the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines all the days of Samuel. And the cities which the Philistines had taken from Israel were restored to Israel, from Elkron to Gath, and the coast thereof did Israel deliver out of the hands of the Philistines, and there was peace between Israel and the Amorites. And Samuel judged Israel all the days of his life, and he went from year to year in circuit to Bethel, Gilgal, and Mizpah, and judged Israel in all these places. And his return was to Ramah, for there was his house, and there he judged Israel, and there he built an altar unto the Lord. So Samuel had this great way, and he brought peace. He drove the Philistines out of their lands, out of Israel's lands, and he judged the people as the Lord expected him too. And we'll find out more about what happens next.